episode of the Group Chat podcast. I'm joined as always, my brother standing in 6'3", 229 pounds. Tony is in the building. How we feeling?
We alive, we're well. We are here to talk everyone's favorite made up sport.
I was ready if fake sport was coming back. We
It
didn't
never
discuss
left.
it. Never left. Um, Although, I don't know the way they doing shit in baseball now. Baseball is the product's good, but they doing some funny shit else place. The Hey man. Before we get into obviously talking football, in today's episode, we're gonna be breaking down the NFC. We're gonna be going through each division. We're gonna be reacting to over unders, how we feel teams are gonna go. Obviously, some teams are gonna spend a little bit more time on than others. I don't know if you came here today and you were looking for the Arizona Cardinals deep dive, I'd highly recommend finding another podcast, brother. Like,
Tough.
props to
Tough.
you. I've been there. I've rooted for some shitty teams, but if you came for the deep Cardinals breakdown, um,
This
I
ain't
got
that.
notes. Yeah, I got notes here. I was going through picking every single game because I ain't got shit better to do with my life. I got notes for the Cardinals, but like how many wins? I don't even like showing the camera. I just put too many losses to count. I just I started counting L's and I'm like, I ain't even giving these niggas a record. Um, Shout out to Jeremiah Love though. You got the signing bonus, so you good money. Hey man, before we get into that, who you been listening to this week? Who's your rapper of the week?
My rapper of the week could be a lot of people, but
Oh, we
for the
diverse this
sake,
week.
I say a lot of people. It's like three, but but for the sake of today, I don't have a rapper of the week. Um, we are here to talk professional football, ladies and gentlemen. American sport where they only play it in America. Sure, they play it in Canada, but the field's weird. It doesn't count. They don't play it
None
anywhere
free.
else. They ain't in. I guarantee you right now, they not in Sweden on a fucking field throwing a football. You know what they are doing? They're probably shooting a basketball, or they have a cricket racket or whatever that shit is called. They got on skates and they playing hockey. They kicking the soccer ball around. But you know what? None of that matters. We are here to talk about football. The NFL is back for the most part. College football is on the way back. I think a week from Saturday. And yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here for Roger Goodell. We're here for the Shield, the corporation that blackballed Colin Kaepernick.
I was like, I know it is like this. Hey man, it's
Football, NFL.
the NFL. No, you're right. For that reason, well, let me give a shout out because I was going to do to keep peace in my house. I texted y'all. I was going to put Larry Jude's my rap of the week for peace in my household, and then as the weeks unfolded, since we deep into sports, I was going to make Pablo Torre my rap of the week, um,
Real
because
nigga of the week for sure.
that's I just. Hey man, look, we finally got sports journalism to where niggas brought like real evidence and did research, and shove that shit in a fucking closet because someone can shell out $100 million or however many zeros are on that damn check. So, shout out to Pablo. Shout out to Larry June. Um, Man, Will's gonna be joining us here in a few minutes. I want to start here before we get into the breakdowns. So, I had my first weekend. I am now a paid professional snitch. I did 3 football games on Saturday, and
What do you
I
mean
got to
by
ref.
that?
You got to snitch. As niggas trying to hold, niggas doing encroachment, you got to throw the flag. Now, I only threw my flag twice in 3 games, and one was for unnecessary roughness because a kid just lit somebody up. Like, it was like intentional because this kid, like, play was done, and dude just kept running and fucking smacked him. And I was like, damn.
I would have let it fly.
And let me say, there's nothing more. Uh, if you need to convince yourself, now you shouldn't let your kids play football anyway. I know we're gonna talk about football, and I'm gonna say a whole bunch of things that like I love watching this sick sport. I got problems. Don't let your child play this. I saw 4 different kids. I mean, when you ever gone to football game live, or when was the last football game live you went to?
The last football game I saw in person was my high school versus like one of our rivals in like 2015.
Okay. That sound, like you sometimes hear it like through the TV. Like there's a handful of players that like make you feel it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh when you like are up close with it, and I haven't been to a bunch of football games live. I think my last one was Chargers Broncos. I was like 18 years old, 19 years old, somewhere around there. And yeah, I think it was yeah. When you just like hearing that collision, and like this was I did a 9 and under game, a 10 and under game, and an 11 under game. Now, one of them niggas on the 11 under team was definitely 16 because I swear I only cleared him by like 2 inches. Nigga had 21 on and was just big. Like, no, he was huge. I was sitting there. I looked at the other ref and I'm like, I know it's not like our job, but like, do we gotta like ID, like get IDs? They're like, nah, if they made it this far, they made it this far. Like, at that point, you just got to give it up. Like,
Gotta
they
hand it
they
to
had,
him.
like just a big ass kid though, and he was playing offensive line, and I saw like 3 or 4 different plays where he just like the kid that was rushing on his ass like as soon as the play started, like threw him back. Um, and then this is like kids. This is 11-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, and some of those hits we had the EMT on the side. Like he had to come out for 3 or 4 of them. I'm just like, nah, y'all just like stop letting your children play football, man.
The who
It
had
is
to come
so
out there?
insane. We had the EMT on the sideline. Or what I
They
said
needed
wrong,
the
man.
EMT out there, dog.
He goes there for the way they do it because in case
No,
if
I
it's
get
contact,
why they're there for sure, but he had to like he had to go on
physically
the
come out.
field. He
Yeah, he
had to,
physically came out to go help 4 kids.
what is happening? What
Now these
grade is
niggas,
this?
it's full tackle football. That was
No,
the crazy
like
thing. I
what is this high school, middle school? Is this like youth ball? What's
so it's Pop Warner. So the first game was 9-year-olds, 9 and under.
okay?
Second game was I think we went for some reason in a weird order. We went with 9, and then the second game was 11, and then the third game was 10. The game after us was 13, and I damn near wanted to kind of stay behind a little bit longer, and just be like, damn, when these niggas gonna get lit the fuck out? I was like,
Jacked up.
yeah, like, which that's the fucked up part of me, and I'm like, I get the whole gladiator shit of like, I kind of want to see this. Um, but I was like, I was a couple of you like even forget to blow your whistle. Like a kid gets really lit up, it's like, damn, like do I blow the play dead or like we had one kid didn't pick up the coverage. I saw edge rusher just like quarterback looks one way, kid like coming right down on him, just swam. I'm like, damn. So
His ass like Jared Allen.
yeah, I was like, okay. So, but that's a cool experience. That's good. It's professional zebra, professional snitch, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, don't let your kids play football, man. It's an American disease. We got a bunch of American diseases, but that's high on the list.
That's for sure on the list.
Shit. So let's see here. I want to start. We're gonna kind of go division through division again. For those of you listeners, we'll join us here in a second. I'm trying to do this kind of similar to how I'm doing on Hardfire Radio these couple of weeks, which is I'm kind of doing worst divisions first. So for the NFC today, we're gonna start in the South because, man, you feel good about anybody in the South, just like generically speaking. In regards to this season, I think two of them have like they're building on something, but like for this season, is anybody in the NFC South you looking at and you're like, oh, that team might be dangerous?
Dangerous? I don't think. Like, how? Okay. Do I see any of these teams as dangerous? A stray dog is dangerous, but like, I'm not gonna fucking, I'm not gonna die. So, in that sense, like, I'm still in on the Panthers. Out of all these teams, I think that they can build on what they did last year. Now they've been hit with injury bug pretty early here in camp, losing Nick Skeleton before the season starts, but still got Derek Brown coming back. They obviously signed Jalen Phillips in the offseason and Devin Lloyd. The secondary is really good. I think J.C. Horn on any given day is as good as any corner. So Defensively, I think they'll be able to figure it out as long as a Jiro Evero doesn't sandbag a fucking big game like he did in that playoff game by playing everybody 15 yards back. But I digress from my point. I
Yeah.
like the draft that they had. They got Lee Hunt out of Texas Tech, who I liked a lot. Zakee Wheatley was really good at Penn State, so they got him to go along with that secondary. Signed Darren Waller, which is kind of a sneaky good tight end pickup. And then the
He could
offensive
play.
line. The offensive line, it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like because we don't know. Ike Ekwonu's still out, I believe. I think Taylor Moulton's out, but they did draft Monroe Freeland, who I was high on. I would have been fine if Monroe Freeland went top 10. So I'm still in on the Panthers out of every team in this division. The Falcons, it's going to be a long season for the Falcons. It is what it is.
You got those
Um,
two quarterbacks. I like almost everything else about the Falcons besides their like should be incarcerated pass rusher in their quarterback situation. Otherwise, I like a lot about Atlanta, but I just can't trust if you tell me I'm going into a season and it's Tua or Penix, we down bad, man. Like we just starting behind the eight ball.
the Saints, I like what the Saints got going on. Losing Jordan Tyson obviously is tough. With that hamstring, it's already rearing his head. So who knows what they got there? Obviously, Chris Olave's health is always a question with his concussion history. But Shuck played really good last year. Like he showed a lot in that Kellen Moore offense. Their offensive line also kind of you have some questions around it. Calvin Banks has been really good for him, but outside of that, is guys that should either be taking a step when you think about Fuaga, or guys you don't know if you can rely on in the interior. So that remains to be seen. They signed Travis. My real name is not ETN, it's A Chain. So
Hey, that
news
shows.
to us. News to us. So
Hey,
he's there
correcting niggas
now.
about your name like several years into your career is funny.
It's a very funny move. I respect it though. But he's there. Alvin Kamara is going to miss some time to start the year, so it's going to be interesting to see how the run game looks. And then defensively, um, I guess I guess Cam Jordan's not coming back. He
No, Cam
may be
Jordan resigned.
He resigned. Okay,
He
okay. I
got a
wasn't sure.
he got a one. I think it's a 1-1. It's like 1 year plus a player option.
Okay,
But
okay.
your defense when you were, and I said this about the Saints like last week. I was like, if for the Saints defense to be good, they need Cam Jordan to be productive. And Cam Jordan's a Hall of Famer. Like he's an all-time Saint. Like I'm not trying to take nothing away from his career.
And he like 37.
Correct. And Vaughn just signed, and it's like the difference between Vaughn
Very
and Cam
funny.
is like niggas know Vaughn is like a part-time pass rusher. Like they need Cam Jordan to be like a really good full-time player for the
Player,
defense to
yeah.
be there. So I'm like, that's asking a lot.
The Saints have Chase Young's been really good for the Saints,
Yeah.
which is a plus for the defense. I think Kool-Aid McKinstry can take a step this year, and Justin Reed's just been really good for a long time, and it doesn't really get talked about. You see what the Chiefs could fucking use Justin Reed, so that but like I said, the injuries along with the questionable players offensively. Like I said, I still lean Carolina. I think on both sides they're more solidified. And then with the Bucks are kind of weird because Ibuka's got some injury stuff going on right now with his lower body, rather it be foot or toe, ankle, who knows. Um, no Mike Evans, and I just don't really like that. Like I think that's going to have a negative effect on the team not having Mike Evans there. Mike Evans is always the constant and the steady, so not having Mike Evans there is tricky. And then defensively, they were a good defense last year, but I don't I just don't I just am very unsure about the Bucks, and I don't know what the vibes are like when you have a Baker Mayfield who is wants to be paid. They always talk about the chip on the shoulder, but that shit can have a negative impact. So, yeah, I'm high on Carolina, and when it comes to that division, I would go Carolina, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Atlanta.
So I had this division's weird to me because it's like everybody clearly to me has like the best of something, but each team has like serious flaws. Like I think Baker with the Bucks is the best quarterback in the division. Like Shuck, I think he played well at the end of last season. Bryce, obviously, he really needs to show he can consistently because he has like drastic drop offs where he's like one game they score 30 points, the next game he barely gets 10 completions. So Baker's clearly the best quarterback in that division. The Falcons clearly have the best skill players, but I don't trust their QB situation worth a damn, which is a shame because like if you have Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, their offensive line is
They're not a
not
deep
great.
team though. That's the thing. It's like once you
No,
get
they're
past
not
Drake
deep.
London at the wide receiver position, it's like Jalen Dotson, Olamide Zaccheaus. Pitts
No,
was
but if
really
you
good
got him
last year,
and
but
Pitts,
can
him
Pitts do
and
that
Pitts
2
should
straight
be
years
enough.
though?
Who did they just draft? Zakarian something. Who did they?
So they didn't have a draft pick.
They
this year
drafted Zach.
because-
They drafted
Zach
Zach Branch, but even that is like, I think he's probably going to have to be forced to play because I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what they have at the wide receiver outside of Drake London.
No, Pitts is basically your second wide receiver. Like and
Man, who was
Bijan
that?
being
Who was their
a
backup? Who was their backup running back? I mean, I know Bijan is Bijan, but who do?
Tyler didn't
Brian
resign, I don't think.
Brian
No,
Robinson.
Tyler is in Arizona.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson from San Francisco.
Okay, yeah.
Brian Robinson used to be on the Commanders. He got shot.
When I got
Remember
shot.
that? He got shot.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of that, thank you for saying that because that just reminded me. The most insane take I've heard the last 2 weeks, and I get it, San Francisco's got a bunch of injuries. Calling Ricky Pearsall injury prone because he got shot last year and then hurt this year is nuts. Like, just objectively fucking nuts.
Hey.
Like, everybody on San Francisco is injured. I get it. And, like, San Francisco's got its own issues, and leave it to the Chargers to be the only team to go fuck around with San Francisco and leave that practice with niggas getting hurt. Like, that's some Charger shit. But, man, I heard Ricky Pearsall, he's injured every year. And I'm like, he was shot last
They
year.
just look at it
Is he
and
not?
They just look at him and say, you missed time. Like, it might not be football related, but you missed time.
Magic Johnson's basketball reference says illness.
Hey, yo.
He said he wasn't sick, he was ill.
Oh my gosh. And then Atlanta, the thing that I think is gonna help the most is it's Kevin Stefanski. You get to finally prove your 2 coach of the years, Fugazi. Yes, you did it in Cleveland and you got a boost off being good in Cleveland. And I don't want to take that away from you. But I'm sick and tired of hearing like, oh, Kevin Stefanski, we know how good he is. He got 2 coach of the year awards. And I'm like, I think Bill Belichick has 1. I think Andy Reid's got 1. I think Andy's got 2. I think Andy got 1 from Philly and 1 from Kansas City.
I mean, but he ain't got.
Like,
Even still, and like, I don't give a fuck about Kevin Stefanski, but you acting like he got a quarterback to go do something with.
Kevin Stefanski went to the playoffs with Baker Mayfield and Joe Flacco.
that Flacco year is crazy in hindsight.
Deserve.
Like, that Flacco year is.
And he don't have a Baker Mayfield or Joe Flacco in Atlanta.
He got a Tua. Tua's led the league in passing.
He
Tua had Tyreek Hill.
He got a
Tua had Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Raheem Mostert.
Them ain't been words said since 2019, brother.
Hey man, look, I got a narrative I'm gonna spin next week with the AFC, so I gotta keep that one alive. Tua did lead the league in passing. I like the Panthers defense the most in this division. Like you brought up Jalen Phillips. Yeah, they probably overpaid Jalen a little bit, but again, he gives you a pass rush. He's a good player. The same with Devin. I do worry, like with all of the, I don't know how deep y'all are into like the defensive regression tendencies, but like turnovers are like the number 1 defensive regression.
I
like,
too listen to Mina Kimes.
yeah, it's the number. It's why. Again, for the AFC, it's why I love Denver's defense even more, is because Denver had all that pressure and only forced 14 turnovers. But if you're a team like Devin made his name last year out the fact that he had 7 interceptions, and so it's hard to say he's going to repeat that. And if that's your biggest contribution, are you still effective and worth that price tag if you only get 2 or 3 picks kind of deal? I really like Dave Canales, but again, Bryce has to show that he can consistently, like, game in, game out, be good. They got a tough They got a tough stretch here, man. They have a stretch where they go at Philly, Tampa Bay, at Green Bay, Denver, at New Orleans, and then Baltimore. And I'm like, that's 4 out of 6 games where if you're not on your shit, you're going to be on your ass. Because that's not just good teams. Obviously, Tampa Bay, we'll see what it is. That's division. New Orleans is division. But you're playing other teams that are going to get after you. Like, Carolina's got a rough stretch. None of these teams, these all feel like the best version of them are going to be one and done. Like, someone has to make it out the NFC South, but I would be shocked. Like, I'd be shocked if any of them won a playoff game this year. I think the Saints and Panthers have the best foundation for, like, they need one more good draft, and then we'll start seeing something. And I really like Kellen Moore, and I like Dave Canales. Tampa Bay, with Baker, it's tough because, like you brought up, like he's – I'm sorry?
You had to finish a second.
So, I had – if I said something prior, when I really went through the schedule the last 2 days, Tampa dropped some wins for me. I have the Saints and Falcons competing for first place. That picture I sent y'all, Week 18's the one I don't have because Week 18 is a shit show for half the league, which we don't need a fucking 18th week to begin with. But a lot of these teams, like Denver's Week 18 game is against the Chargers. Is it going to matter or is it not, right? There's a lot of games like that where if something's already seed-wise tied up. But I ended up on – I got the Saints and the Falcons. To me, their schedule breaks the best.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't love any of these teams, man. And the one Bucks fan I know was literally said he's boycotting this season. So I'm like, the Bucks vibes suck. Vita Vea not being there is a huge loss.
If he's not there.
I don't know if they paying anybody.
We'll see. The division is tricky because you look at all of these teams and it's like ideally it'd probably be Tampa, but I mean we watched the Panthers, like we watched them beat the Rams. Should have beat the Rams twice. So we seen that happen. We seen this team 30-0 the Falcons last year when most people thought the Falcons were gonna be pretty good. Their schedule is very tough. Yes, the Panthers don't have an easy schedule by any means, but they're a weird team in that their losses are the games that they typically win. We've seen that over the last few years, especially last year. So if you look at the Panthers' schedule, they start off Bears, Falcons, Browns, Lions, Eagles. That their September alone is just Bears, Falcons, Browns. If that's 2-1 heading into October after three weeks, I'm good with that. And then I got the Lions. I don't feel like the Lions are some juggernaut I can't beat. And I get the Lions at home in prime time. Then I get the Eagles. I don't feel that way about the Eagles either. No, I'm out talented by the Eagles for sure. But I got a better coach. I'm thinking that way.
I would agree, Coach. The Lions, I think you're out talented against too. I think the Lions' high end talent is still better than
Yes,
Carolina's.
but like I said with the Eagles, I don't feel that way though.
No, that's fair.
Especially at home in a primetime spot, I don't feel that way. If I'm Carolina,
we got to see how they do in prime time. The Panthers have, it's like to a different degree, but it's.
I'll be back.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and like. I've had to just accept this offseason that, like, Denver had a great season last year, but I understand why niggas don't want to talk about Denver. Because whenever Denver was on primetime, it was an awful experience, right? Like, that Raiders game on Thursday Night Football, that game was ass. Ain't nobody want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. And so I'm not, like, I fundamentally am just like, okay, I get it if, like, national media is not excited to talk about the team that fucking played 10-9 with the Raiders. Like, cool. The Panthers have a little bit of that, too, where it's like, when we finally started paying attention to them at the end of the season because they got that Rams win, that game against the Bucks, they lost. They had like an exciting third quarter against the Rams in the playoffs, but the Rams did pull away. Like, it's tough to be when it's your national games look like that, because otherwise you could see. And we're gonna talk about the Bears later. one of the things I think that helps the Bears and part of the hype train is like the Bears didn't have as many national games last year. So when you would see the highlights of the game, it would be like you would see the fourth quarter shit. You didn't have to if you weren't watching the whole game. You wouldn't watch like, oh, you saw them struggle in the first half. You would just see like the last drive or two of the game, especially when you're already watching the game and then like either CBS or Fox flexes you into like that last minute. Like I remember the last minute of the Bengals-Bears game, I was like, I these niggas just had a shootout the whole fucking time. No, niggas scored damn near 30 in the fourth, and I was just like, all right. So it's like you get a different viewing experience. And with Carolina, I may be a little skewed from that. That post that first Rams win, the game against the Bucs was ugly, which they lost that to then get into the playoffs. And then, again, a good third quarter, but not a great playoff game against the Rams in totality. But I do like Dave Canales. Like I genuinely think Dave Canales, if Bryce isn't the guy for him, I would move off Bryce before I move off Dave. Like I would give him a chance with a second quarterback before deciding he's not the right guy for him.
No,
So.
I think they've already made that decision as well.
Like I'll never forget. Bryce Young got his 5th-year option before C.J. Stroud.
Well,
did he?
I was actually.
You say that a lot. I don't know if that's true.
They gave it to his shit as soon as the season ended. CJ didn't get his until like they waited like about 30, 45 days post the Patriots game before they were like, all right, nigga, yeah, you can come back.
Has Bryce been better than CJ the last 2 years? Well, Bryce got benched, not this past season,
Fuck no.
but the season before.
Bryce hasn't been better.
Fuck no.
They both struggled, but I'm not going. Bryce definitely has not been the best.
Last season, Bryce might have been better.
Certain games, yeah.
Nah,
CJ's
not even in
problem-
totality. He still was.
No, not in totality, but like certain games because we saw, especially that last month of the season, like whatever week that was, 14 or 15.
Because did he start? I'm trying to make sure my time. Did he start the whole season last year, Bryce? Or was that because I know he got benched? I know he got benched twice. So yeah,
They exercised Bryce's option April 29th.
What's on? When did CJ get his?
In April. I don't know the date, but in April.
Oh.
April 30th or some shit like that.
Like,
Let's see here. Did Bryce get benched last year?
I don't think he got benched. I think he missed some time when he was hurt. I don't think he got benched, though.
Just trying to see games played here real quick.
Because your only other option was Andy Dalton. And it's like, yeah, sure.
That's tough.
Red Rocket.
That's tough.
Yeah, Red Rocket. Bryce went 8-8 in starts, 3,000
So he
yards,
missed-
23 touchdowns, 11 picks.
So only one game missed? I'm assuming that probably was just injury then?
One game with injury, yep. Because they
This
had to
last
play that
season.
last week to get in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's the previous season then we'll see he got benched. But again, even when at their lowest points, like, and again, CJ's got on a prove it, especially because CJ's under more pressure because the Texans are just better than the Panthers, and so it's like niggas would really be on Bryce's ass if he had that level of defense. So they're like, okay, we could win a
Shout
Super
out to
Bowl
the
with
Bears for
this.
that draft. Neither one of them niggas.
Man, the Bears, there's a lot in that story.
You're right. You're out of line, but you're right.
Tell a hoe ass nigga, don't be fucking trying to pep talk my quarterback, nigga. Stupid ass nigga.
I really think that, I think I said this on here before, but I think the Tank Dell injury really fucked up CJ's whole shit. Like, I think he really blamed himself a lot for how Tank Dell got hurt.
I see. It's
They stats kind of similar. Both ass, but kind of similar. Shout out to them. Shout out to them brothers.
they're look, man. I'm just trying to find like a singular picture. Looks like here we go. This is the best one I got. Is yep. No, we still at 9.5. Okay, this is accurate. Is there any other big storyline? Again, we're not going to spend as much time on every single team. Is there any other big storyline y'all looking specifically out of one of these teams from the South? Or we kind
Big
of
storyline? Not really. Not really. Just can. I just want to know if Bryce can continue how he played at the end of last season. If he can be the Bryce Young that we see play against the Rams, if Rams Bryce Young can show up every week, it could be a good season in Carolina.
They'll back up the Brinks truck for him if he could do that every day. Yeah. Again, I'm not super high on any team in this division. Like I said, I am curious though, like, and I say this every couple of years because it usually some guy ends up in this position. If Baker plays well and the Bucs make the playoffs, Baker's going to demand to be paid at the top of the market. Would you pay Baker Mayfield? What's Mahomes now? 60? So if you say, let's say
Mahomes,
my nigga,
cut it out.
I just ask you, like, are you paying Baker 55 plus?
55 plus. He may want 55 plus.
Absolutely.
He can kiss my ass. Like, I'm not paying Baker Mayfield top of the market anything. That's just me personally. I do
There's
think
there's teams that would give it to him.
What he's being paid this year is definitely an underpay, but like, I gotta have a limit. Like, what's Sam making? We can start there. We can start at Sam and work our way from there.
Yeah, I don't think
Sam's on less than Sam.
Sam's on a decent deal.
But he gonna get some money.
Decent deal for Seattle.
So Sam's deal, actually, I think they're damn near the same. So Sam got 3 for 100. I think Baker's not far off from that, and he's complaining about that now. Baker's is so Baker's
Sam is at 33 and a half.
Yeah, and Baker's 300 flat. Sam's at 3 for 100.5. So he's complaining about that now,
and that's fine. I can push you up to 40. I can push you up to 40, Baker. I cannot put you at 50 and 60 considering the size, the injury, and like statistically, like you throw a lot, you have a lot of touchdowns, but you also turn the ball over a lot. So like I'm not mad at whatever him and his agent want to argue for, but if I'm a team, I'm like, I can't. We could talk 45. We could have a real deal conversation at 45, especially if he has a big season. I can't put him at 50 and 60.
In y'all opinion, just real quick here, like, tell me when you I'm just going to go down the list. This is the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. Tell me where you're like, Baker deserves to make as much as him, right? I'm going to go quick here. So, Mahomes, Dak, Burrow, Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Stafford, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Herbert, Lamar, Jalen Hurts.
Oh, Lamar's got it. Damn, Lamar's about to get it crazy.
That's why I was like, Lamar's is weird because he's about to shoot up.
Hurts, no.
Jalen Hurts. Number 12 is a nasty man. His contract don't count. Daniel Jones.
Now we can talk.
What's Daniel Jones at?
Daniel's at 44 a year.
See what I'm saying?
If I'm Baker and Daniel Jones at 44, I might ask for 50.
That's
fair. You can ask for it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a team. Now I don't think the Bucs are gonna pay him. I think it's a team that's gonna pay him, and it's a team like the Falcons who gonna need a quarterback because both of theirs is ass. You got Minnesota. If Kyler don't pan out.
I don't want to cut you off, bro, but if the Falcons is ass like we think, this is not the draft for Baker Mayfield to be thinking he about to get.
Yeah, this is the quarterback. Well, yeah, this is supposed to be the quarter. This draft is supposed to be like quarterback and pretty receiver heavy, right?
It's like everything. If whatever you need, this is supposed to be the draft.
That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been hearing about this draft. It's supposed to have some pretty. It's supposed to be a lot of talent coming out of this draft.
So like I said, if I'm Baker,
so this might not be the quarterback draft. But if you want to pay a nigga like Baker 50 for 2, and get you a young quarterback coming up under him.
So he's gonna want that. He's gonna want the security. I feel like. My bad, Justin.
Baker at 50 would put him right under Jalen Hurts. So the gap is Jalen at 51, We don't count the nasty guy, and then Daniel Jones is next at 44. So Baker at 50 would basically make him the looks like 11th highest paid contract for a quarterback.
Who's the other guys behind that?
Behind Daniel
That's
Jones.
what gets really funny. So Sam Darnold's after Daniel Jones, then Baker, then you get Malik Willis, then you get giant drop off Aaron Rodgers,
Shout out Malik Willis.
Jacoby Brissett, who held the Cardinals hostage, which
but that's So I think that Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, that's his tier.
Yeah, that's the
Like
area.
and like
He might not like that.
Where he should be,
but
he should be trying to get more than those guys. But like that's the tier that you in. Like you're not that next tier up. You out of that league, big dog.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, shout out, the Chiefs are spending $75 million on quarterbacks this year. So 64 of that is Mahomes. Shout out to Justin Fields, $11 million this year.
Good money if you can get it.
Like,
Good money if you can get it.
Especially for a nigga who this might be his last contract.
He's the one thing I'll say, he's kind of perfect for the Chiefs, and I don't really want to give them credit, but because they don't do quarterback sneaks anymore with Mahomes, like bringing in Fields for like quarterback sneaks or a package on the goal line is not a terrible idea for them.
Shout out to my nigga Justin, man. I still got your jersey in the crib. I hate it had to be you.
Shout out to Justin.
In another world, he's living Caleb Williams' life right now.
Like you brought up Evero on the Panthers, I was pleading for Denver to re-sign Evero when he was the DC. Look what happens when I want niggas to be on my team. See, it's just,
He's done a good job in fairness, but he smoked that damn playoff game. He blew that.
And I said, Vance Joseph, don't ever come back towards Colorado. Look at me being wrong. Look at my mistakes.
You right.
So official over-unders for this division. So the Buccaneers, starting with them, their over and under this year is 8.5.
I'll go under.
The Bucks.
Yeah.
I think that's a 7 or 8 win team.
I'll go under. What did y'all rank them? I think I heard you ranking them when I first jumped on. Did y'all rank like who?
So I did it. Oh no, we were just kind of going through like talking about each of the teams real quick. Not every team's gonna get again as long, but we're just kind of going through talking about each team. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna update here in the doc. What did y'all both go under for the Bucks?
I did.
So Bucks. Okay, so all under.
Do we still got the one from last year?
I'd have to go back and double check. It should be. The Panthers right now, their over under is 7.5.
I'm gonna go over.
I'm going over.
I think the Panthers are 9 or 10
I'm
wins.
going 10.
I think 9 wins the division. So I think they're 9 or 10 wins.
Eight might get them again. I got the Panthers under 8. I was excuse me. Again, some of these schedules like they get brutal. The Saints 7.5.
I can put them around 8.
But like slight under, like 7.
I would go over because I would say
8. It's the Tyson injury. If Jordan Tyson was healthy, man, I could see him pushing for the division. But like if Jordan Tyson ain't gonna be healthy, and they got some other questions for me at least, I'm gonna go under. But nothing will surprise me. But I'll go under for right now.
Okay. I also got them over. Like I said, I ended up schedule-wise, I had them, and I don't believe in any of these teams, but like the Falcons and them, to me, schedule-wise, it broke the best. So Falcons over/under is set at where the fuck's Atlanta? Damn, do niggas not believe in y'all?
Get ready to learn Dante Moore.
7.5. 7.5 as well.
Under.
This whole damn division just. Oh no, sorry. The Bucks are at 8.5. They're the betting favorite to win the division.
Under. Atlanta, rev up those Friars. You are looking at the Archman Bowl.
Were you under as well, Will?
Yeah, under.
All right. I put them over, but regretting.
Stefanski left a team with Deshaun Watson just to go to a team with James Pierce Jr. That's tough.
I mean, quarterback situation fucked up. Might be better. Which says a lot. Moving on to the NFC West. Obviously, this is the super team. I guess like the Rams are the Rams are the best team on paper. Like that's fine. I'm not mad at that opinion or mad at that take. I also don't think people understand like if you're the best team on paper in the NFL, it is not the same thing as being the best team on paper like in the NBA or in Major League Baseball. If you're the best team on paper in the NBA, historically, like you are basically like your conference championship bound, right? Like you are going to be deep into the playoffs, barring something horrible happening. The NFL, there's mad teams that start the year as like the best on paper and don't do shit.
Facts.
So, are they the quote unquote like best team if everybody just lines up and plays fantasy football? Yeah, but I don't think that's actually going to be as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. If Aaron Donald plays, cool. I don't think he's going to, but if he does, is he better than an average defensive tackle? Probably. Is he Aaron Donald? No. Although I would hate to be the nigga to be like, he's been out of football for 2 years. We can single him, and then he just blows up your guard, and now you look dumb.
I think people are too scared of him to even like entertain that. I think you gotta like work your way to the
Miles?
You gotta work your way, Aaron Donald. You gotta work your way to the idea of like, okay, he's mortal now.
Yeah, it's like one of those things that where early in the season for sure, like it's gonna be just a lot of respect. Like just name alone is gonna get him a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm. The Seahawks are the defending Super Bowl champions. They did lose Kenneth Walker, but they just shouted to Devin.
Got a better running back. He got a better running back.
I agree.
Price.
Yeah.
Like you got like better day one. Like you feel like Price is better day one than what Kenneth Walker was.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Kenneth Walker's weird because it's like I don't think he's a bad player by any means. He obviously won Super Bowl MVP, but it feels like who was the nigga on the Cowboys that won Super Bowl MVP and then went and like he got paid this like in the 80s and then got paid and then was at no it was high 90s and then went to the Steelers, I think.
I know who you're talking about. I forgot.
He's always been on NFL Network and it was like worst contracts ever. And it was
yeah,
like, wow.
I forgot dog name.
I mean, like, I think granted. Oh, go ahead, Justin.
I was like, I don't think Kenneth Walker is going to be like worst contract ever, but I do think it's like he had a great run. He's not a great running back though. Like I think it's easy to separate.
Yeah, no, for sure. But that nigga, I mean, he better than Pacheco.
No, everybody is
at this point.
That's what I mean. So it's like even though, like, I think it's cool, like you know, if Seattle upgraded, but shit, the Chiefs also upgraded. Like I think that's
the injury fucked Pacheco. That shit was tough.
Yeah.
No, the Chiefs have had just some tough. I mean, some of it was self-induced, but they've had some like tough luck / issues at running back. That's factual. The 49ers I know are a good team. Will anybody make it past week 6 without being on IR? I don't know. But like I believe in Kyle Shanahan, and that I do think Kyle Shanahan gives you like a floor where you're going to be competitive, but this team falls apart year after year. And the Cardinals, look, dog, how many did I give the Cardinals a win? I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I was trying to go through and I'm like, who could y'all niggas beat? I gave them one win and that was against they played the Jets in week 15. And I'm like, all right, y'all at home against the Jets, I think y'all could get that one out. The Cardinals are damn near the Cardinals and the Dolphins are both vying for like y'all the worst team in the league. And Trey McBride, congrats to you. You gonna catch 100 passes. Niggas gonna call you the best tight end in football. I don't think you are, but you're great. Yeah. So that's my Cardinals coverage for today. What y'all think about the NFC West?
Cardinals play the Commanders. They play the Raiders.
I think they worse than the Cardinals.
It's some wins there for the Cardinals. I can't. There's some wins there. We'll see how it play out. They will be bad though. They will stink.
They go in their first 6 weeks. They go at the Chargers, Seattle, at San Francisco. The Giants. I'm not on the Giants, but I think the Giants are better than them. Detroit, the Rams, and then week 7's Denver, week 8 Dallas, week 9 at Seattle, week 10 at the Rams again at home. Like they gonna get their ass. That's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna be pushing like 0-9, 1-9, 0-10 is like easily on the board for them.
They might sneak something in there though, but like some shit that they ain't supposed to win. But
I tried my bet, like when I was going through that, like to me the two teams like that I looked at Denver's schedule and I was like, besides the obvious tough games, like Denver's got to play the Rams, it's obviously a tough game. But I was like, I don't know why, but like I think Denver's losing to the Steelers this year, and it's for the dumbest reason possible. But that'll obviously, like, dumb losses will happen, but the Cardinals' schedule is fucking rough. And again, they're just not working with a ton. Your quarterback's Jacoby Brissett. Like,
being held hostage by Jacoby Brissett in 2026 is crazy.
Ever. I'd say.
I mean, ever for sure. But like y'all letting that nigga like hold y'all by y'all collar is crazy.
That's a fact. What y'all think about the NFC West heading into this year?
I am picking the Rams to win the division, but I'll say this right now. I think the Seahawks going back to the Super Bowl.
See, I have kind of the opposite feeling. I think Seattle wins the division, but I think the Rams, and I was wrong last year, and I would double down on it, and if I'm wrong again, so be it. I feel like in that one game space, like I would go with the Rams in a playoff environment over Seattle. But again, I had that same thought last year, and Seattle won. So, here's what
I think we get NFC Championship game rematch, Seahawks Rams again, in LA. I think Mike Mack do it to them boys again.
Shout out to they did the coaches rankings, and four of the top 5 coaches, or sorry, 3 of the top 5 coaches are in the NFC West according to them. Like Shanahan, McVay was 1, Shanahan was 3, and McDonald I think was 4. These are 4 or 5, and it was like McDonald won.
I can't be 4 when I'm putting belt to the niggas y'all got in front of me.
That's what it was like, the conversation, and it's like, and Andy was 2. And I do think there's like Andy's got the best resume of any active coach.
Andy Reid was 2. In 2026?
Andy's resume is it's the Mahomes shit. It's like when your resume is just that much better than everybody else, and you feel like someone's got an argument, like respectfully, you got to keep him up there, in my opinion.
So salute to Andy Reid, but like I just watched Andy Reid coach this team last year, and they looked abysmal. Like
I agree, but nobody else got and nobody's close to him in rings. If you go conference championship appearances, Andy's got like 10 of them now.
After a point, like I was very high on the Chiefs first month and a half, but it did get to a point where it's just like that. We'll talk about that next week, but like that team they lacked creativity when they were usually the ones ahead of the curve creatively.
It's because the question. We'll get into it next week. I can get some Chiefs hate take off next week. Will, you want to do the dark horse? You want to put $5 on the $1 million to 1 bet Cardinals win the division?
Never. I would never put money on a team to win that let Jacoby Brissett hold them hostage.
I like the Terry and Arnold signing for the Seahawks. I think that and they signed Trayvon Diggs today too. I think that the way they'll be able to maneuver those guys and not putting a lot of pressure on them, I think they can add some shit.
I also like opportunistic corners. Like it's the thing,
especially in a defense like this.
Yeah, I was gonna say that type of defense, like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you play opposite,
like Diggs, Diggs is gonna take chances.
Yeah, like when you play opposite, like it's the one thing about like Riley Moss. I'm like, damn, nigga, I wish you would at least like look like you're trying to go for an interception if you won't get all these penalties. Like if you know they're not throwing at the other side of the field, like go look like you're trying to make a play. Don't just grab them and throw them to the ground. Like now niggas really gonna go after you because they're not gonna.
And that's the thing when you got guys on the other side to where they know. Like you got somebody on the side, they know you would take that chance.
Yeah, like Antonio Cromartie's one of the best ever at it. Like when he got to play with Revis for those 2 years, And like he got to be extra aggressive because he was like, niggas ain't throwing the ball over the 24. So, who you like, Rams or Seahawks? Will, who you like more for this season?
It's tough.
There's like no wrong answer. Like both these teams are fucking crazy.
Like I picked the Rams last year. I kind of want to pick them again this year, but like honestly, between all three of them, though, outside, I mean, the 49ers obviously they ain't gonna be healthy. I wouldn't bet on it. I would probably pick the Seahawks to win the division. I picked them to go back to back as far as winning the division. I wouldn't say I got them. I don't have them going to the Super Bowl again. But you know,
is this the best division in football?
I would say.
Yeah, just because
I would say so because of the.
If you got two teams that
super top heavy.
you got two teams that you think can win 14 or 15 games, it's like yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
The other two that obviously get brought up is like, so the NFC North, nobody was under 500 last year.
Like shit, 3 teams won 12 games.
Yeah.
last year.
Depending on how you feel about the Chiefs, is Denver, LA, and Kansas City in the West. So obviously, like the both Wests have like 3 good teams and 1 clearly team that's not good. And the North's argument is again just you could argue nobody's bad. I think Minnesota's gonna be bad this year, but like you could argue nobody's bad in the NFC North. So
bad.
I think
we'll talk about the North in a second. Let's finish up the West. I got Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, and Cardinals. 49ers are very interesting. I'll see what their over under number is.
Yeah, I would go. Seahawks, Rams, 49ers, Cardinals.
I'm the same. The Rams also, and I don't know if this is the schedule making, like the Rams got some like tough ass games on the road. Like they didn't do them favors with the schedule either.
Aren't they one of the top teams in like miles traveled this year?
I think so. But the miles travel shit's always weird because Seattle's always like top 3, but that's part of just like where Seattle's located. But it's just the games that they have them where they have them. Like they go to Denver, they go to Philadelphia. Excuse me. They obviously go to Seattle because in division. Like they go to Green Bay. It was odd. If the NFL really wanted to prop them up and say like this is the team, I think they would have done something different with the schedule. But niggas don't rig leagues no more like David Stern. We just don't do it.
Those recipes.
That's the fact. Over-unders. So the Rams, they are tied for the lead with over-under 11.5.
That's the Rams and the Seahawks, or are you talking about just the Rams right now?
No. The other, who y'all think is the other? There's one other team that's over-unders 11.5. Who y'all think that is?
In the league?
In the league.
It's not the Seahawks.
Not the Seahawks.
It's either the Ravens or Bills.
I was gonna say the Bills.
The Ravens are at 11.5.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's some. There's some over-unders I just don't understand at all. Like, but that's a story for another day. Shout out to the Cardinals is also funny. So 11.5. Y'all going over, under?
Over for the Rams.
Over.
Yeah, I'm over as well. Seattle, 10.5.
Over.
I will go over.
Same. The 49ers also at 10.5. To the odds makers, this is the best division in football.
Right. I'm looking at it now. They lost Ricky. I still like the wide receiver room though. I think them having Mike Evans. Is he out for some time? I was about to say, how long is he out for?
I don't think they've declared him out for any regular season games, but I think they did say he's not. To be fair, I don't think Kyle's back yet. like Kyle from the car accident, I don't think is there full time yet. So
that is
reporting
something
is
to
all-
account for. That is
like,
something to account for.
And I mean, they did bring Debo back though. Like, and I ain't really that's not necessarily just as a receiver, but as far as the versatility that he kind of had too.
10.5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not
I thought
mad
this
at going
was-
over. I could give him 11.
What's the schedule looking like for the Niners?
So the Niners,
We go Rams to start the year. Dolphins, that's a win. Cardinals, that's a win. Broncos, Seahawks, Commanders, Falcons. Schedule kind of stink in the middle.
no, that's that's kind of where a lot of teams. There's either like you get like 6 or 7 weeks in the middle of your schedule where you gonna run up like 5-6 wins easily, and then some people just run into Hell's Gate. Like there's people like
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go 11. 11 win Niners.
I had them at 11, so I'm going over as well. And then the Cardinals at 4.5. I'm going under.
Can I go negative?
Once you get past
So
the
you got
Raiders
them.
and
You got
Jets,
them going. You got them going defeated.
I'm talking shit. I think the Cardinals. Like I said, I think the Falcons are my early pick for the number 1 pick. After that, I'd probably go Cardinals.
see the Falcons. Who's the second best player on the Cardinals?
Who's the best player?
Well, Trey McBride, I think.
Is it Buddha?
I think Trey is
This is really Jeremiah Love.
higher at tight end than Buddha is at safety. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful to Buddha, but I think people think Trey is the best tight end in football. I just think it's Bowers.
Who thinks that?
There's a lot of Trey guys.
He can't
Bowers
be
is
the best
coming out
tight end in
season.
football and when George Kittle plays football.
See, George is.
No, George Kittle's hurt, sure, but if George Kittle's healthy, it's like, let's be real.
So upset.
I also ain't never really heard nobody just consider him the best tight end in football.
Niggas was saying Tucker Kraft is better than him.
Yeah, I think I think he has the numbers, but I don't think anybody had just felt like he was the best tight end in football.
If it helps, the official who's the best, the best voice on who is the best in football, Madden made Trey McBride a 99 overall this year.
Madden made Trey McBride a 99. Shout out to my nigga Gucci.
Shorts,
like,
but like, I wanted to do some of like the Madden ratings because none of us have played for years, and I'm just like, man, like I was going through a couple of those Madden ratings. Justin Jefferson's a 94.
Trey McBride's a 99.
That's crazy.
99 overall tight end. I think
So I would want to
third.
know who was the second rated tight end? Well, probably
George Kittle.
Bowers, but
Kittle's a 96. Bowers, I think, is a 94. Like, it's Kittle or McBride's only like the third tight end to ever be a 99. Like, it's him,
That's
Gronk, and I think Shannon in one of like the old ass Maddens was like 100. Is like a funny ass. Did you know Madden stat? So that's it for the West. Moving on to the NFC
ain't
East.
nobody ever gonna see it. They garbage. The Cardinals is ass.
I think the Cowboys are the best team in this division. I don't think they win it though, because I think someone rigged the Eagles schedule. I got really like the Eagles have just some lapses where it's like y'all let these niggas play Jake. I think Dallas overall is a better team. I'm more scared if I had to play Dallas in the postseason than Philadelphia. I think Dallas. My whole philosophy with them is like I think Dallas is going to be a top 5 offense as long as everybody's healthy. And I think their defense just needs to be average, and they will be fine.
Catching your background, Will.
But Dallas does have. Yeah, see, Dallas runs into some stretches. They got to go. Let's see here. It's like they have a stretch. Baltimore at Houston.
I'm so high on Dallas.
No,
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm high on Dallas too. But like I get stretches here, like starting in week 3, I go Baltimore at Houston, Tampa Bay at Green Bay at Philly. And if you were to tell me in that stretch, again, obviously teams always win like a game that they're quote unquote supposed to lose by the odd makers. Obviously that happens. But if you also told me they went 1-4 in that stretch, I don't know if I'd be horribly surprised. I think they're going to beat up all the easy teams on their schedule, or all the teams they should beat on their schedule, because I think offensively they are just going to be that good. And again, defensively, they were 32nd in several categories last year. And I just think they are going to be my Titans take from 2 years ago, where I'm just like, okay, put anybody but Will Levis on this team. They're not worst in the league. Fun fact, that didn't work out. But same logic with the Cowboys. Give them the 17th best defense in the league. I think they're going to be a really good team. But I think the Eagles' schedule is a little more favorable than theirs. So I think Dallas makes the playoffs, but I think Philly is going to win the division. I'm not high on the Giants really whatsoever. Like, I know they hired John Harbaugh, and they are a popular pick, a bunch of media people, as far as like they're going to be a good team now. You got a quarterback that lives in the blue tent. I'm not a Scatabo guy. I think Malik Neighbors is crazy, but he's coming off an injury. Andrew Thomas is also excellent. He's also, he's going to miss 5 or 6 games a year. And I'm not convinced John Harbaugh is like a great coach. So, and the Commanders, man, that's a rough fall from grace. You was in the NFC Championship game just 2 years ago. I still think Jaden Daniels is really, really good, and I think he's getting kind of ignored in some of the conversations for like best second year or best now third year quarterback. I think he is still the guy.
Oh, he's very much not being ignored by anybody today.
Well, that's for a different situation. But I do think that like the Commanders roster, I wonder if we're gonna look back on this and we're like, man, like, was that your one opportunity? Was his rookie year going to end up, when we look in 2 or 3 years, like, damn, that was their one chance to really make it, and now they're old in a lot of places. There's not a lot of talent on this team. Like, is Terry McLaurin still an elite wide receiver, which is what he's been for most of his career?
Still.
Like, I got a lot of questions with the Commanders. I'm not high on the Commanders. I'm not high on the Giants.
Hold on, we not going to just skip over that. What do you mean still an elite wide receiver? When was Terry McLaurin an elite wide receiver?
I think if you had asked right after, so that rookie season, like, so Jaden's
Terry
rookie
McLaurin's
season,
always been really good. Elite is like top 10.
I think Terry was top 10. I think Terry would have been top 10 that season that they had when they got to the title game.
In 2024?
Like, take out the obvious ones. He's not Jamar. He's not Jefferson. He's not A.J. Brown. He's not.
So take out all the elite guys.
No, but those are the top 5 guys. He said top 10. The top 5, I think, is pretty much. The top 5 has been on lock. Like, the top 5 has been primarily Chase, Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra, and.
Puka is in there.
Puka's in there. Like, but if you would ask, like, at that point in time, like, do y'all think Drake London is a top 10 receiver?
Yeah.
Okay. At 2024, I think Terry was considered higher than Drake London. And I think Terry would have been.
That's a lie.
In 2024, I don't know if he was higher than Drake London. 2024, Tyreek Hill was still running around, right?
And
Tyreek Hill would have been.
Right, so let me run this real quick before we get into it. In 2024, was Terry better than Jamar?
No.
Was he better than Amon-Ra?
No.
Was he better than Malik Neighbors?
Malik's rookie season?
He went crazy.
Malik's rookie. Okay, so that's
he went crazy.
Neighbors' rookie season was crazy. I don't know if niggas would have said off one season he was already better than Terry, who had several years.
I'm just talking about that season. I'm not saying.
Well, because that's the season you saying he was top 10. So if we going off, like,
correct,
I can only go off of that year.
what I'm saying is he was top 10 based on what he had done in his career plus that season. So, like, was he considered a
He
top
definitely
10
wouldn't have
guy?
been top 10 if it was based on what he had done in his career up to that point.
I think we sleeping on Terry McLaurin, man.
No, we're not, Justin. In 2024, Terry McLaurin had 82 catches for 1096. He had 13 touchdowns. Can't take it away from him. But like, he was he better than Jettas in 24? No. Was he better than CD in 24?
So coming into 2024, he had 5. That was his 5th straight season over 1,000 yards. He had the 13 touchdowns. I don't know if you said if your mic was muted.
No.
Yeah, 5 consecutive seasons over 1,000 yards. He had the 13 touchdowns that season. They were in the NFC Championship game. And Terry kind of gets the boost of, we've never really loved his quarterback. That was his first year. It was considered to be like, oh, you got what we thought was going to be a great quarterback.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. He wasn't top 10 that year.
He wasn't top 10.
Jerry Jeudy had 1,200 yards that year.
But niggas, no one ever thought Jerry Jeudy was top 10.
I'm not
entertaining Terry versus Jerry Jeudy.
Let's take away the numbers. Even off the look, he wasn't top 10. He just wasn't.
He was the most.
Like, I'm gonna name the receivers who
was
had
Mike
more
Evans
yards
top 10?
Garrett Wilson.
In 2024, yes.
Garrett Wilson had more yards than him in 2024 too.
But
I give him Garrett Wilson. I'm not giving him JSN in 2024.
In terms of, like, you saying JSN was better, or you saying JSN wasn't better in 2024?
No, JSN was better than him in 2024. His last Geno year, JSN was better than him. And like I said, I'm not even going off the numbers. I'm just going off the look. BTJ was better than him in 2024.
Yeah, he was third. He was third in yards.
But see, Brian Thomas, again, it's the 1 year. It's hard with BTJ and Malik because you don't normally give it to niggas off just the one season. Even if you say that individual season was better, if I'm saying who's ranked higher, it's hard to just off a rookie season say, oh, he's definitively better than a guy who, again, was on his 5th year consecutive doing that. And
okay, he had a great career up to that point. We're talking about first of all, it started off if he was elite or not. So we even getting into the waters of that. Like we getting into just was he better than niggas that was really good. He wasn't top 10. And that's okay.
I think that's the thing, because even I guess even taking numbers out of it, like, you know, just looking at some of the other names, like he had more yards than Mike Evans, but was he better than Mike Evans?
Mike Evans missed 3 games, and Mike Evans still had only he had 90 less yards.
What about Nico Collins that year? And he had more yards than Nico Collins, but the look.
Nico's tough because when Nico plays, Nico looks like he's a top 5 guy. Like just off the look of how he plays and how he looks when people are trying to play defense on him. But I don't think Nico's ever been a top 5 guy, but he just looks like one.
Was he better than A.J. Brown?
No, he wasn't better than A.J. Brown.
Jamison Williams had 1,000 yards on 58 receptions.
He was better than Jamison Williams. Anyway, we're not going to stay.
No, I'm not even. I was just looking at the numbers. I'm not even saying he was better than Terry McLaurin, but I'm just looking at like the receptions and all this. I'm like, this nigga had 58 catches for 1,001 yards.
But that's but again, that's offense, that's quarterback play. That's, again, Terry's put up numbers with niggas who are no longer in the league. And there's only a handful of receivers, and I'm not saying he's quite as good as these guys. There's only a handful of guys who do that consistently. And we do view them differently. Like DeAndre Hopkins was a guy because he had ass quarterbacks for his 4 or 5 years. Even if niggas had better numbers than DeAndre Hopkins, Hopkins got a boost in just what it looks like because we knew his quarterback wasn't shit.
Terry McLaurin has never been as good as DeAndre Hopkins was, though.
I'm aware of that. But it's that same line of thought. I'm not saying he's D-Hop. Not even remotely making that argument. But I'm saying it's that same logic of like, if Andre Johnson is like the peak of like nigga never had a good quarterback or rarely ever had good quarterback play and was still amazing, and you just kind of keep going down that ladder, you go down so many levels, like you get to Terry McLaurin. He is that version.
Okay.
Like in that same kind of thing. Again, Andre's like the
It
peak of
can't be Uchiwali and one Mike, Justin. We can't boost the nigga up because his quarterback's his ass, but then hype up his stats.
No, it's absolutely, because if your quarterback is asking you still putting them numbers. Niggas gave Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was like the number one. He was literally voted number one player of the year. He did the almost 2K with Tua, and some of that was because niggas said he has Tua.
Okay.
All right. Hey, look, man. What y'all think about the NFCs? Tony's high on the Cowboys. Talk about the Cowboys, Tony.
Very much. I am very high on Dallas. Very, very high on Dallas. I think this offense is going to be one of the 3 or 4, let alone 5 best offenses in the league. Mm-hmm. I think the defense got better. Obviously, having Quentin Williams for a whole year, they'll get DeMarvin Overshown on a full year. I think he came back late from the injury last season. I think Pickens is going to be fine. Like I think they're going to take care of him. I don't think he'll be an issue. I think he's going to get his money, and I would hope that he knows that. So I don't think that they'll get like any Pittsburgh George Pickens. Like I think he's going to be really good again. Hopefully CD can stay healthy for the full year, and we know what he brings to the table. That offensive line is one of the best in the league. I would have liked to see them get a home run hitter at running back. Javonte is steady and was really good last year, and I think he'll be really good this year. But I would have liked to see them get some explosiveness in that running back room. And like I said, defensively, I think they're going to be really good. They got Kenny Clark and Quinnen up the middle. DeMarvin Overshown back. Azaraku was really good for them last year. They signed Vaughn as a situational pass rusher. Whatever Vaughn can bring them, we will see. But still having that veteran presence there that can rush the quarterback is always good. And then the secondary, I think the secondary is really good. I think Caleb Downs is my early pick for defensive rookie of the year. So
I think he's gonna be going crazy on that defense.
And to the schedule, they start off with the Giants, who I couldn't be lower on. They start off with the Commanders, who I also couldn't be lower on, and then they got the Ravens in Brazil. That can go either way. That's going to be a weird game. They have Houston in Houston,
okay.
which is pretty much a home game for the Cowboys. If anything, a neutral field, and that'll be a great defense versus a great offense. And then that Bucs game, I think that's as at home for Dallas. I think that's a win too. Like I think Dallas starts the season off really strong.
So with Dallas, when I was going through their schedule, and that Brazil game is considered a home game for Dallas as far as like how they throw it on the schedule. Mm-hmm. So they have a relatively rough stretch towards the end, where they go towards the end of the season. They get San Francisco, then they get Tennessee, which obviously should be a game they win. But it goes San Francisco, Tennessee, Philadelphia, at Seattle. They have the bye. Then they're at the Rams and Jacksonville. And so, again, the way a lot of when I was going through the schedule, a lot of these 5-6 game clumps, and it was with a lot of teams where it's like, hey, this is what's going to make or break your season, and this is the difference in if you are. I think 12 wins is probably what the division winner finishes as. If this is the difference, though, in like, are you 12, 13 wins or are you 10, 11 wins because of how you handled this stretch? And that's kind of the case for a lot of teams. Very few teams to me, like Philly, I didn't feel like they ever had that stretch of just consistently, like, Philly's toughest stretch, Chicago, the Rams, Jacksonville, but then they get Carolina, Washington, the Giants, a bye. Like, I don't feel like Philly went like a month plus consecutive playing really high-end opponents, where I feel like Dallas does. Obviously, the one Tennessee game, which they should win. The only way, to me, this goes wrong for Dallas, again, schedule's not great for them. It does have to be like a George Pickens blow-up moment, but I don't think we're going to get that. I don't think George Pickens is – we got to be fair here when it comes to wide receivers. Like, when George Pickens or A.J. Brown does certain shit, we should be allowed to say, like, your quarterback's running a fifth-grade offense. Like, at some point, that should be, like, a valid reason for it's like, yeah, nigga's not having fun playing football. Like,
wait, huh?
He's allowed to be upset, right? And I know the Eagles, y'all posted that video of Jalen Hurts fucking like the footage from his helmet and be like, man, y'all couldn't do that. It's like, you're right. I couldn't do it. I'm not trying to do it. So you showing me some shit like Jalen Hurts has to do what every other fucking quarterback does. I'm not impressed if the average civilian can't do what the professional athlete has to do. Congrats. Like, NBA teams, y'all just start posting videos of niggas dunking and be like, oh, look, man, y'all can't do this. And it's like, you're right. Regular civilians can't dunk.
Of course I can't. I'm like, no shit.
And so, but I think Philly's schedule breaks in a way where I think they have a chance to win the division, win that extra game or two. But I fundamentally like Dallas more than I like Philadelphia this year. And there's a lot of bad teams in the NFL where, like, the win counts for some of these teams, you're going to – because it happened last year too. The reason why we had so many 13, 14 team winners is because we had a lot of teams winning 5 or less games. And so even as we're going through the NFC, like, the Cardinals to me are obviously they're going to be an under 5-win team. Somebody from the South is going to be under 5 wins. I think both the Giants and Commanders are going to be under 5 wins. Like, there's a lot of teams where it's like, you're going to see some crazy win totals because you're also going to see some crazy loss totals. You're seeing this across all sports. Like in the NBA, it was that way. We had multiple 60-win teams because niggas was out here winning 15 games, 18 games. Like, somebody got to pick up those W's. So, like, as I was going through the schedule, like I said, I was like, damn, did I give niggas too many wins? And I'm like, no, I just gave a lot of teams a lot of losses. Just there's some, The Browns are my other one from when we get to the AFC. All I wrote for them is they can beat the Jets and they'll split something stupid in division. Like, the Browns always get, like, that one division win that nobody sees coming. They could probably beat the Jets.
You ain't got to tell me, brother.
That's what I'm like.
You ain't got to tell me.
Something stupid will happen. But I like the Cowboys a lot this year. Let me pull up their over-unders here. So, for – who's at the highest? Oh, Philly. Philly comes in at 10.5.
I'm going over with Philly. I think it's too much talent. I think that's an 11 win team, I would say. I think the offense can be really good if McCollum is healthy, and the Jalen Hurts is such a controversial figure at quarterback, but I think they'll bounce back. I think they'll bounce back, and I think less is more. I think the subtraction of A.J. Brown will be good for them, and I think it'll be good for him as well. So, yeah, let me get the over. I'm going to go 11 wins for Philly.
I'm also over. Dallas over under 9.5.
Over. Dallas is a 12-win team to me. They're the surest 12-win team, actually.
What did I give them? So I got them at 11 right now. But again, that's because I'm valuing more so like the back half of the schedule being tougher. But I got them both fighting there for 11-12. The New York Giants 7.5.
Under, super under. Like, the Giants are going to stink this year.
I just ask a question.
No. Like I said, I think John Harbaugh is still a good coach, but his inability to adapt to 2026 football is going to be his downfall, and you can see that with the coaching staff. You got fucking Matt Nagy calling your offense, and then he has who's a consultant on that staff, because I know Nagy's the offensive coordinator. Is Greg Roman on that staff too as like a consultant or some shit?
It might be. Let me see. Greg Roman, Giants. How Greg Roman keeps getting jobs is wild to me.
Good vibes, man. you keep a job if you good vibes.
If you not okay, this is my take real quick with this. If you're not like some Hall of Fame all-time head coach, like you don't need to be a senior assistant. You just don't. Like, you want to bring in like Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells, because you're like, all right, y'all did it at the highest level. I can kind of get behind that. When you have like just retreads, like niggas who've been fired 3 times in 4 years and says, yo, man, you can't be a coordinator, but we need an assistant. Like, no, you don't. He couldn't, like, what do they say? Those who can't do teach. This is like being like, nah, nigga, you couldn't do it. You couldn't teach it. So you like the teacher's assistant. And it's like, bro, you're 43.
I am out on the Giants.
Yeah, I think the Giants are going to be Jackson Dart. We've seen this a couple times. And I know there's Giants fans that are excited about him. I think Jackson Dart has talent. This is the wrong quarterback class, and you ass can't stay healthy because it's going to be real easy to replace you. You might be one of the niggas who only get fucking 15 starts and it's over. And that just might be how it goes. So, yeah, I'm under with it as well. And then the Commanders with their elite wide receivers.
What's their over-under number?
Oh, shit. I was ready to just say over. I was just ready to say under. 7.5.
Nah, hell no. That team is old. That team does not have anything explosive, and defensively, I don't think they're going to be that great either. I love Sonny Styles. I hope Sonny Styles is really good, but I just don't see it with the Commanders at all.
I think Dan Quinn. I think
we got
to ask.
He's on the hot seat.
And we gotta ask, you got at some point, if you're a coordinator, this is just holding coaches accountable. Don't just be great when you got the Legion of Boom. Don't just be great when you got Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs get you 9 interceptions. Show us that you are a defensive coordinator.
Brian
that
Flores.
You can elevate guys, that aren't that great. It's one of the reasons why. Again, we'll get to more when we get to next week. Why the Jesse Minter hire to me is really impressive is because I don't think the Chargers have a great defense as far as personnel. But he did a lot of elevating with the guys that he had. Khalil Mack is ageless, apparently, and that nigga's just going to be able to play football till he's fucking 90. But there's not a lot of top-end talent on the defense, and he was doing a lot with it. So,
right.
Dan Quinn, let's see what it looks like when you don't got Hall of Famers running around. Also, saying he won't bring back Bobby Wagner because of his age, but then you still got the oldest defense in the league is crazy.
It's very funny. It's very funny.
They
made some additions in the offseason, but I just don't see it with that team.
Mm-hmm. And then as we get here for the NFC North, obviously when Will gets back, we'll let him talk a little bit more about the Bears. So the Lions are my comeback team. I think the Lions. Now, this is the fakest worst to first ever because they were 9-8, which because of conference record, they actually finished below the Vikings. So they have a last place schedule. I still believe in a lot of the high-end talent here, like Jahmyr Gibbs, Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra. Obviously, defensively, Brian Branch, we're going to see, he just might not have a body to play football anymore. He just keeps going through injuries. He's hurt again. Obviously, Taron Arnold, his situation, he's no longer on the team. But Aiden Hutchinson is back. Aiden Hutchinson is an elite pass rusher. I just believe in the high-end talent on Detroit, and I think they struggled transitioning from Ben Johnson, but by the end of the season, that offense was back to being – it wasn't quite peak Ben Johnson with the Lions offense where they were leading the league in offense 2 years in a row. But, that was still a really good offense. And niggas can call Jared Goff a bus driver. That's fine. I'm not saying you got to say Jared Goff's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But Jared Goff's production is on the high end, regardless if you don't think that's where his talent level is. He produces, and you can have a top 5 offense with Jared Goff. So I'm really high on the Lions this year, as long as everybody doesn't fall apart. I don't know if they're going to be a great playoff team, but I think they are going to bounce back in the regular season. Again, they got a 4th-place schedule, which is really helpful. The same way with the Cardinals, where I was talking about, those first 9-10 games, I'm like, damn, where's the win? Detroit, New Orleans, then they go to Buffalo, which that is tough, but then they got New York Jets, Carolina, Arizona, Minnesota, Miami, and a Green Bay game in there. And so I'm like, they could get off to a 6-2 start pretty easily, in my opinion. So I'm really high on the Lions right now. Bears, I'm not as high on the Bears as some people in the national media, or nearly as high as Ben Johnson is, but shout out to him. That's a great read. By the way, if anyone's supposed to read that nigga was he was ripping off stats. Y'all remember the Sean McVay clip where they were impressed because of his memory and he was reciting plays from 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's basically what Ben Johnson was doing, and I'm just like, hey man, talk your shit, all power to you. Um, again, I like the Bears. I do. My one concern, and I think it's the obvious concern with the Bears, is like, what does your defense look like if you don't lead the league in turnovers? And that's just going to kind of be the biggest question. I think offensively they're going to be fine. Um, the Packers, I've never been the biggest Jordan Love guy, but it's hard for me not to say Green Bay is just going to be the 7th seed again, because that's what they do every year. They're just the 7th seed. Like, Jordan Love is good, Matt LaFleur is good. They've obviously got talent on the roster. I don't think they're as good as Chicago or Detroit, but I also don't think they're clearly not with the bad teams.
Disagree.
That's valid. Like, they're clearly better than the bad teams, but whenever I match them up with the teams that I think are going to be really good and or elite, like, I think there is a difference. And the Vikings, look, man, I think Kevin O'Connell's a great coach. I also think sometimes we just go too far into this, like, retread of quarterbacks, and eventually the wheels fall off. The Vikings are they were 9-8 last year. I got the Vikings under 5 wins. I'm not Kyler Murray in 2026 ain't moving me. If Kyler can't produce, having to go back to JJ McCarthy is super not moving me. I kind of think, I know Max Crosby's being talked about a lot. I think Jefferson has a chance to actually be traded. Because I think he's only got 2 more years on his deal, including this one. And I think there's going to be a team like, for example, a Chicago. Now, I don't think they want to do it in division, but take away the division aspect of it. Like, if Chicago if they're like, hey, one of our young receivers is not developing into one of the guys we think we can, and we can go get Justin Jefferson while we got a rookie deal. Or if you're in New England and you really want to double down because you got a rookie quarterback, like, I think Justin Jefferson could be on the move if Minnesota implodes. Again, I think O'Connell's a great coach. I think he is we've hit really bottom barrel with his quarterbacks. And so Minnesota is my team that I just think I think most people think they're going to be good. I think this could be a season from hell for Minnesota. So I'll pass the mic.
You be saying stuff. Like, you be saying stuff.
Minnesota was on its way to a season from hell last year. Like, they had a really good second half of the season, but they were like 2-5 or 2-6, something crazy. Like, they had a really good second half of the season, but they were on their way.
The reason for that is not present at the moment, so I can't.
But
really
is Kyler
say
that much of an upgrade?
Yes. No. We not. No. We not about to do that. I've been going back and forth with this division all summer, bro. But the thing that pushes it over the edge for me is I really don't like Detroit secondary. If Branch and Kirby Joseph is hurt, Enos Rakestraw cannot stay healthy, and you're telling me you're putting a lot of snaps into Chuck Clark, Rocky Sin, and DJ Reed, who is good, but like, no, I can't roll. Chicago was my pick all summer. I thought that the Bears, I still think the Bears are gonna make the playoffs, but I thought the Bears were gonna win this division up until the Kobe Bryant injury, and that's already not the deepest defense. And I don't know. And obviously, there's going to be that regression as far as the turnovers go, because that just kind of happens. And then when I look at Minnesota, I think Kyler's going to be better. I think Minnesota's still going to be a good football team, especially with Brian Flores running the defense. That just kind of happens. Like, they might not be a top 10 defense, but Brian Flores isn't his floor as a defensive coordinator ain't fucking 28th. So, and then the offense should be back to a functioning offense where you can get Justin Jefferson the ball and you can get Addison the ball and you can run the offense that Kevin O'Connell wants to run. But still, they lack any real blue chips on defense that I can trust at this point to go with them. And then the offensive line has to be healthy as well. So that leaves me with the Packers, who I was high on going into last year, and I'm high on them again. I think the Packers win his division. I think they'll get Micah back, and obviously he's going to have to work his way back in the form. But I think he'll be hitting his stride at the right time. The same as with the Eagles, I think less is more for the Packers receiving room. Matthew Golden, I think he'll be better. Jaden Reed will be, he'll be good again. No reason to think he won't. And Christian Watson's going to miss some time, but when he is on the football field, he's also going to be really good and explosive. And Tucker Kraft, by all accounts, is just fine again. So the way Tucker Kraft was hooping last year, I don't have a reason to think that he won't hoop again the same way. And I think the defense, that, like I said, with Micah coming back, I think their defense is just going to be really good again. So, yeah, I'm going with Green Bay to win this division. I'm going with Chicago to wild card, so flipping last year. I got Detroit missing the playoffs again. They're very talented. I think they're going to score a lot of points. I think this is a top 5 offense probably, and I think they'll be one of the leaders in points scored, but I also think they're going to give up a lot of points. I think teams are going to score a lot of points against Detroit and put up a lot of yards on Detroit. And I think they're going to miss the playoffs, and there's going to be some questions there. And I think they're going to be battling with Minnesota for 4th place.
Okay, excuse me real quick. I just want to make sure that I have this correct because I said it once, and I just want to fact check myself real quick before asking. Wait, what the hell? Wait, where is it? Oh, no, there it is. Where's the game? Okay, so there it is. So, do you give for the Packers winning, does it worry you at all, including the game he went down, the Packers have not won a game since Micah got hurt?
No, not really, because they lost, 2 games to the Bears, and literally like the last play type shit. And then
yeah. The Ravens blasted them 41-24, and that's Lamar wasn't even in that game, right? That was the Huntley game?
And that was a crazy Saturday night game. Derrick Henry just did the Derrick Henry thing. What can you do?
Vikings beat them 16-3 was the other game.
And that'll happen, that's an in-division game. I think that was in Minnesota. And they lost to the Broncos.
Yeah.
So I can't really put stock in those losses. They happen for sure, but
oh yeah, it was twice. Yeah, it was because they played the Bears 3 times in like 5 weeks because of the playoff game. So I'm like, wait, but they won the first matchup with the Bears. They lost the last 2.
Right.
Will, this your division? I'm gonna let you go.
I agree with a lot of what Tony said. Actually, outside of the Packers winning the division.
Understandable.
I do have, I guess, real quick, I do have the Bears winning the division again, but I do have the Packers number 2. And the last couple of years, I've been pretty high on Detroit, but I do have them 3rd, and the Vikings 4th. So with Detroit, I don't really need to talk too much about the Vikings. I think Kyler Murray is an upgrade from J.J. McCarthy, obviously, but I don't think
he's clearly an upgrade. I don't think
it makes a difference for them as far as winning and losing though. I think they'll have better quarterback play, but I don't think it's gonna make any difference for them. As far as Detroit, I think the offense will be okay, but I don't see that defense being good. And like I said, I kind of agree with the stuff that Tony said as far as who they missing, and then on top of the people that won't be there, then you lose Terrion Arnold on top of that. So Green Bay, you got the whole Green Bay and Chicago thing. So that's the thing in itself. But I do like I'm not a Jordan Love guy, but I like Christian Watson. I like Matthew Golden too. So it's I do like some of the players that they have over there. I think the defense is going to be fine. Michael Parsons in that pass rush. So I have them finish at 2nd, and then the Bears. I think the Kobe Bryant injury hurt us, but I don't think that. I think the turnovers won't be the same. Obviously, I don't think we're gonna have the type of year we did as far as the turnovers, but I do think it'll be a more competent defense, from top to bottom. Because outside of the turnovers, the defense was ass. We gave up points. We gave up big plays. We had a lot of comeback victories for a reason. I mean, and obviously the turnovers played a part in that, but like as far as us being able to come back, but a lot of it was the offense. But we got a lot of points put up on us in a lot of games too. I can't remember who that was we lost to early in the season and they were ass too, and I think they beat the shit out of us. Who was that?
So the Lions were the game early in the season. The Lions.
Yeah, they beat us 52-21 in like week 2. Or maybe I'm thinking about the game 2 years ago when we got
I was going to say, I think that was like 2 years ago.
That was like, it might have been the Cardinals or
that
something.
That Lions game, I think, was 2 years ago.
No, the Lions game was last year.
No, the
Lions
game
game
was
last year? Okay.
Yeah, the Lions game.
I do remember the Cardinals game, though.
That Cardinals game might have been 2 years ago when they fucking...
The Cardinals game was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Because it was like close at halftime, and then like niggas just decided to stop tackling in the second half. Like that shit.
Yeah, it got pretty crazy. So, no, I mean that's how I got the division panning out. Like, I wouldn't be surprised that the Packers winning the division, but I do see it. Like I think we'll sweep. Who can we sweep? Because it's hard sweeping in division. I don't see us sweeping the Packers.
I think I have y'all sweeping the Vikings, and then
the Vikings or the Lions, one of them getting swept. Like I think from what the because the Lions actually swept us last, and I think I said it a couple of weeks ago when we talked about it. The Lions beat us both times last year, and I think I might have us beating them both times this year.
So I got y'all sweeping the Vikings, but I got a split. I just did so for like there's a handful of teams I did like just generic home road split. Obviously, again, doesn't always play out exactly like that, but because there's only like a few circumstances where I think it doesn't matter. But I got y'all splitting with the Lions and splitting with the Packers. Just y'all winning the 2 home games and losing the 2 road.
So I think the Bears are, and even last year I think we split with the Packers, but I think, or no, we did. We won. I think we lost. Did we lose at home to the Packers? I know we split, but I think we lost at home and won on the road.
Let's see.
I can't remember. Let me see. Actually, I got it up.
So the Bears-Packers, this one was... It looks like y'all lost on the road, and then, won at home. Looks like.
Yeah, we lost on the road and won at home,
Yeah. So, and that's kind of where I think...
And, I mean, but all 3 games we played with them pretty much came down to, like, the last play. So even though, that the playoff game and then, the last game we played, and like I said, both regular season games, because I think one ended in an interception when Keyshawn Nixon caught that pick at the end of the game. I think that was week 14. So yeah, every game we played against them was a pretty close game. But like I said, I got the Bears defense being a lot more just competent overall, like, and not maybe just relying on turnovers, but I do see I see the offense taking a jump. Number one, Caleb being in his second year in Ben Johnson's offense, but also, his third year in the league. But, I think Luther Burden is going to be obviously a lot more involved. I mean, you just kind of hear the way they've been talking about him throughout the summer. I think Rome has been getting some pretty good press. I think he mentioned whatever was going on with his foot maybe about a month or so ago, and I think people kind of took that and ran with it. But, they've been talking pretty good about him. But then I also see Colston Loveland taking another jump also. He kind of started coming on in the second half of the year, so I think the offense is going to be really good. I think it's going to take another jump. I think DeAndre Swift is going to have another good year.
I think again, obviously with a lot of these divisions, it's you usually, even if you feel like a team is clearly the best, a lot of times it comes down to like a game or two. Who's the best quarterback in this division?
Right now is Jordan Love. When the season's over, it'll be Caleb.
Is Goff just disqualified from that?
Not really, but
not disqualified, but he's just not better.
He's just not better than those guys.
Man, Jared Goff. I feel bad for Jared Goff. Like Jared Goff, I get it. There is a look to certain things, but I'm like, if I'm him, like, he's done by far and away, like, what nobody else has accomplished so far in that division. Like, as far as top 5 offenses, putting up to almost 5,000 yards, like, and he's really got, because he got traded by McVay, like, that just like a black mark on him. It's like, damn, like, the best coach in football said, nah, I don't want you. But I'm like, I've been seeing highlights of the Rams.
But I don't even
this
think
week.
my bad, Joe. But I don't even think at the end of the day, like even with that situation, I don't think that's an indictment on Jared Goff though. Like the nigga was better. I went to go get a better nigga. Like it ain't like I went to go get a nigga who we not really sure how good he is or nothing like that. I went to go get a nigga that was clearly better than you.
So then, okay, if that's the case, like, do y'all think Goff is top 10?
No, we talked about this before.
We did this. Goff is right outside the top 10, right? Top 12?
Yeah, I was gonna say like some people may argue him in the top 10, but I like he might be around 12-ish.
Okay, so more so, like, so you think this division is going to have 3, we'll say, top 12 quarterbacks by the end of the season?
Give or take.
Okay. That's, hey man. Again,
What's your thoughts on that, Justin?
I'm not so. I'm not as high on Jordan Love as Tony is, and so he's obviously a good quarterback. I think Jordan Love thing that always threw me off is I'm like, and this is some bias on my end, is like what the Packers did with him was just risky as hell in my opinion. Because they didn't play him for so long, when they finally paid him, he only had like 8 starts or something crazy. Like it was a low ass amount of starts to then pay him, which apparently is how they like doing shit. Because they're willing to, like, if they just believe in their system, which has worked, they got 3 straight. They had 2 straight back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and if you believe Love is going to progress the way he is, potentially you get a 3rd in there. So, who am I to disagree with Green Bay and the way they do shit? But, excuse me.
But even if he's not Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers, like that don't like it's like I don't think that is a negative though.
No, it's not like some super like to not be Aaron Rodgers is fine. Like you just join like 99% of niggas who ain't Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
It's just tough. I think this division there's a lot of what do you gotta before we get out of here, and again, we're going to be doing the AFC next week. This division, it feels like Jared Goff to me has done like the most consistently, and some of the other stuff is like, all right, well, we think Caleb, and I do think Caleb is going to take another step, and I do think Jordan Love is good enough to win the division, but it feels like there's more ifs with them versus Jared Goff. I'm like, if you ask me who am I most confident is going to have like a normal season or up to a certain standard season, I would go with him over the other two. The other two have higher upside, but Jared Goff, just to me, again, super consistent, but in my opinion, just doesn't get the respect. Because I do got Jared Goff at 10. Like, he is basically...
But I do think that, like,
top 10 quarterback.
I think, like, even with that, like, with, like, the point you just made, I think the problem is, like, if the Lions had a chance to get either of those 2 quarterbacks for Jared Goff, I think
they would trade him, yes. That is unfortunate, and that's true. And that's kind of the... There's no, like, great way to answer it, because... A different conversation for a different episode.
But, like, Jared Goff is a good quarterback, though. Like,
he is.
Like, even when we talked about, like, the pay and we talked about Baker Mayfield tier niggas, like, Baker Mayfield ain't in the Jared Goff tier of niggas. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like he not bottom tier, like, or low tier or nothing like that by any means, but I do think, like, just talent wise, you're not like those 2 are just better.
No, that's fair.
And like you said, the upside. I mean, like, upside is definitely a thing.
No, it's 1,000%. We're gonna hit the over/unders real quick for the NFC North before we get out of here. Where's my thing here? Okay, so starting with who's got the highest one? Detroit comes in at 10.5.
I might go under. I'll probably put them around 8 or 9.
I'm really high on Detroit, so I'm over for them. They're my division winner for the North. I got the Bears in second. The Bears over/under is 9.5.
I will go over. I think I could put them around. They won 11 last year, so I would say 11 or 12.
The Packers are at 9.5 as well.
I put them at. I can see them being at 10.
I got them at 9, so I'm one under. And then the team I'm really down on, the Vikings, come in at 8.5. I got the Vikings only winning 4 games this year.
Ooh, 4 games is tough. 8.5. I'll put them around 8. So I will go under. I'll put them around 8. Like I said, I think Kyler Murray is going to be an upgrade over J.J. McCarthy, but I just don't see that making a difference in whether they win or lose.
That's like, what's the NBA comparison? Like, I can't even think of somebody. J.J. McCarthy is so damn bad. Hey, man, appreciate everybody. As always, don't forget to check us out. YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We're going to catch y'all there. We're going to catch y'all next week.